Life is one of the heaviest beings that one can try to support. It is known to go through storms, heavy winds, and downpours. But you are built to stand and not collapse. I challenge you to grow out of your comfort zone. The biggest giant that you will ever face in life is your mindset. One of the biggest things that limit us and keep us defeated is the opinion that we have of ourselves. When I changed my mind, it changed my life. I didn't just survive, I bounced back better. I bounced back better. Bounce 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 back better.
You're now listening to Life Structure with Eric.
Hello, Life Structure fam. Hello. No one has told me yet about my new intro. I would love to get feedback on that. What you guys think about that new intro? We put a lot of thought into it, got the new track. You know, I like it because it kind of gets you kind of excited, make you bop your head a little bit and get you excited, you know, for what is about to happen. But yeah, thank you so much for tapping in today. Do me a favor, call or text your neighbor. Text them, call them, and say, neighbor, tap in to the Life Structure with Eric podcast. Tap in and get connected with us. Share this out. You know, let them know we are live on Facebook as well as YouTube. So definitely share this, share it out with your people. I am your host, Eric, and welcome to the pod. Welcome to the pod. You know, many of you, you know my story, but for those of you that don't, you know, I have not always been as motivated and disciplined as I am today. You know, well, let me clarify that. When I was living an insanity-filled lifestyle, you know, I was motivated to get up every day, and before my feet hit the ground, you know, touch the floor, I was stressing, trying to figure out, you know, how I was going to get my next high. You know, my mindset had been altered to believe I needed a drug to function. You know, I had to have a drug, you know, in order for me to be able to function into society. You know, I had no goals in life. You know, my hope was dead. And along with it, any desire for a better life. I didn't have it. You know, for a decade, you know, I snorted everything I could get my hands on. You know, an endless search for my next high caused me to destroy everything that was in my path. You know, my fear as an empty motivator, I pointed my finger out towards everyone else. Everyone else, you know, had a problem but me. You know, and it took God to bring me to my lowest point in life for my disobedience, for me to realize that my life had value. You know, I look back at that time now, and I find it hard to imagine how crazy I was. Well, I still have a few bolts that's missing, but in a good way, But for reals, as bad as the stronghold had me, and as bad as I looked to everyone around me, I couldn't see it. That's what the enemy tries to do to so many of us in life. You know, he blinds us from seeing the destruction and damage that we inflict on ourselves and the world around us. You know, we think that nobody can see what we have going on, you know, on the inside of us. You know, we can dress up the outside very well, And someone can ask you, how you doing today, Eric? Oh, I'm good. And if you are spiritually intact with that person, they know. They know from the depths of their heart, because of that connection, they know that you're not doing okay. But if we're not ready to open up, regardless of what they say to us to try to get us to open up, we're not going to do it because we're not ready. But you know what? Uh, for me, that hope that was once lost became strength for me. I had lost everything that I valued. And it was not until my life had completely been gutted out that I finally said, Eric, it's time for renovation in your life. Death, at that moment, death had lost its grip on me. And instead of being hopeless, I became hopeful. I started to discipline myself. I learned to distance myself from a lot of people. And that's one of the things that we have to do. When you are ready to experience change in your life, you have to discipline yourself enough to be able to distance yourself from a lot of people. I learned not to go in certain environments, and I learned that my self affirmation and self esteem was a significant key to my growth. So, yeah, discipline is one of the most powerful morale builders. You have to learn to inject discipline into yourself, into your life. And sometimes that's going to come with beating yourself up, being strong enough to beat yourself up and tell yourself you were wrong when even when you do stuff and you feel like nobody else witnessed what you did in your life that was wrong. So you think you got away with it? No, you have to be strong enough and mature enough to discipline yourself and say, hey, this was wrong. You know it was wrong. You shouldn't have did it. Put it down in your inventory and basically, promise yourself that you won't do it again. And my journal that is about to come out, it has an important section in there for that as well. Admitting your wrongs. What did I do wrong today? You know, you have to make that a part of your blueprint when you are building, because if you're trying to build a positive blueprint, you have to admit, you basically have to admit to your wrongs. You have to find value in yourself. Low self esteem puts a ceiling on our potential. I'll say that again. Low self esteem puts a ceiling on our potential. It limits us. It limits us, and more likely, we will continue to experience defeat in our life unless we decide where we want to go in life and make a decision and commit to a new blueprint. Regardless of what the stronghold is in your life, you know, basically, whatever that stronghold is, in your life, you have to figure out basically how to park it, or, sometimes, because first of all, sometimes, we feel like we're not stuck for whatever reason, even though we keep going around and around and around in circles. Many people feel like we're not stuck. But regardless of what the stronghold is that has your life mode in park or neutral, you have to make a heartfelt decision to change. So many say, I'm going to stop drinking or smoking tomorrow. I'm going to start working out next week. I just have to get my confidence back. I'm going to find that strength someday. That's those two words that so many have implanted in their mindset. And someday has been going on now for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. You know, You keep putting it off. Matter of fact, look at your watch right now and tell me when someday strikes. You know, more than likely your watch don't have someday on it. You have to find strength to live in the now. You have to live in the now. Don't be like I was. I gave the enemy all the power and he stole all my value. Stop missing out on building your life's value. You have to find a way each day to wake up and say, I'm going to build value in my life today. You have to find the strength to build a better version of yourself. If you look in the mirror and you do not see a capable, worthy, and fully valuable person, you need to change either the reflection or get a new mirror, because it's only you that can decide if you like what you see in the mirror. Only you can. Can't nobody else tell you that your entire you know uh recognition has changed. You have to look in the mirror and decide that for yourself. And I decree and declare over your life that low self-esteem has no authority over you. No drink or drug has authority over you. No man or woman has power over you. And today, obesity does not define who you are. Depression has lost its grip on you. Your happiness awaits you. Today, this very moment, I challenge you to insert joy back into your life. Since I made that decision over 18 years ago, I'm grateful for each day, thankful for the new structure that I have formatted in my life, and blessed that God threw my past into the lake of forgiveness and posted a no fishing sign. So you don't have to look back on your past and worry about who's going to go fishing for it, because if God forgave you and he gave you that fire, reignited that fire on the inside of you to change, to go after your vision, to walk out your goals, you don't have to worry about what nobody think about you, because everybody that's for you are going to be there to support you. But yeah, that's a big thing. And I hope that as you listen to this, you are able to see a glimpse of yourself in my story. You are not alone. And I pray that my story will push you enough to find courage to build a better you. Do me a favor, real quick. Breathe in and breathe out. That's called purpose. Your life is not over. God's plan for you is still within reach. It starts with you disciplining yourself enough to jumpstart hope in your life and let your faith drive you down the faith avenue. You have to. So I encourage you, jumpstart that hope today, reignite that hope, and let your faith drive you down faith avenue. Yeah, that's all you have to do. It starts with a little hope and just a little bit of faith. But I guarantee you, the more that you keep your faith activated, it's going to become a habit, and you're going to learn to build off of faith. You're going to learn to build off of faith. So, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Love my Life Structure fam so much. And until next week, you guys be blessed.